Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from the Black Business School and the Black Wealth Boot Camp. I wanted to talk to you for a second about this story that I just saw that was really interesting. It was actually published on financialjuneteenth.com, and it's about Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard plays for the San Antonio Spurs. He also happens to be a damn good player. He's considered by many people to be the best two-way player in the NBA, offense and defense, which shows that he's a hard-working guy. It seems like he fits right into the Spurs culture. The Spurs just have a certain kind of culture in terms of how they play basketball as professionals, and how hard they work and how focused they are, and that's why they win championships. But what really impressed me about Kawhi was not his basketball ability. That's nice, but we got a lot of brothers that can play basketball. A lot of brothers are taught to dribble basketballs at an early age. What impressed me about Kawhi is that he's incredibly smart financially. He has a contract worth $94 million, and he's lived his life in an incredibly humble way. He still lives in a two-bedroom apartment in San Diego and drives a '97 Chevy Tahoe. And so he said it runs and it's paid off. When they asked him why he drives a car like that, now what's interesting is that Kawhi is now mind you, he's definitely taken frugality to another level, maybe to a level that it doesn't necessarily have to go. And what I think people should understand is that you don't have to live like that in order to be financially responsible. So let's acknowledge that right off the bat. However, what really impresses me about this brother is the fact that, unlike so many of his colleagues, so many of his peers, he understands that life is about more than just showing off how much money you got. He also understands that that kind of money is the kind of capital that can literally take care of your family for the next 25 generations. He knows that kind of money, I'm gonna tell you like this, based on what I'm seeing with this brother, I would not be surprised if he were a billionaire before he dies, because chances are, if he's not spending this money, he's stacking this money and flipping this money, and he put it into places where he can turn 10 million into 100 million, 100 million into a billion. That's what you can do, actually, if you're a smart, savvy investor. You know where to put your money in small businesses. You know how to put it in places where it's going to grow very fast. There are things I could do with $20,000 that could turn it into $100,000 pretty fast. And what people don't understand is that when you have a different mindset, when you have a consumer mindset where you just say, I got this money, I'm gonna go throw it up, I'm gonna go give it back to the white man as fast as I can. What you're doing is you're depleting. You're not just, when you spend 10 million, you're not just throwing away 10 million. You're throwing away the 100 million that 10 million could have become if you had made smart decisions with that money. So what's interesting to me is not, again, it's funny, this brother reminds me a lot of a rapper that I really know and love and respect, D1. D1 is the same way. D1's like, I drive a 98 Honda Accord, and I still got swag. My swag is not based on having a European man's name on my ass. It's not based on me impressing you by throwing my money away. It's not based on me doing ridiculous things with money to somehow prove to you that I'm a worthy human being. He says, "Look, I'm still a great man, and I could just drive me. I could roll up in any car I want to drive. I can live in any apartment I want to live in, and I'm still successful. My success is not contingent upon me impressing you with meaningless consumption. You understand? So again, the two-bedroom apartment, '97 Chevy Tahoe. I thought that was just great. But that's not what you have to do. A guy that makes 94 million can afford, he can afford to live in a place that's not two bedrooms, and still be financially responsible. But the key idea here, the beauty of what this brother is doing, the reason I just respect him so much is because he clearly is a person whose conscientiousness is at a level that just exceeds everybody else. He's thinking in a way that is, that expands space and time that his friends can see. A lot of people can only see me and mine in the here and now and instant gratification. I'm about to just go throw this money away or whatever. He's clearly thinking about something bigger and better and more meaningful than buying me another nice car or another house, or throwing my money away on some more clothes or whatever in order to feel good about my life. He seems to have found meaning, true meaning that goes beyond the money. And the fact that he's able to live this way in a simple, focused way makes him a better basketball player. That's why he's one of the best players in the NBA. Arguably, he could be almost the best. I mean, maybe save guys like Steph Curry and LeBron James. It sounds like he's right up there with them. It's that focus that makes him one of the greatest players in the NBA, and also it's what allows him to build a legacy of wealth for his children. What disappoints me, what hurts my feelings the most when I see a young black man throw away, $100 million or whatever, is that he doesn't understand what he just did. What he did was he didn't just throw away his money; he threw away the future of children that are not yet born. He had great grandchildren that could have lived extremely well with that money, with the capital that he built. But instead, those children are going to have to start off all over again in poverty, just like he did. I mean, it's crazy to me. Why would you punish your unborn children and grandchildren by forcing them to be born in poverty when you could have put them in a position where they're living better than the Obamas? So, I just think this brother's awesome. I tell the young sisters out here, if you see a man like that, you grab that man, right? I mean, maybe you might feel uncomfortable because you feel like he's a little bit cheap, and I can understand that. I mean, it is what it is. But I guarantee you that money is being put to work. I guarantee you that money is growing somewhere. I guarantee you that the reason he's living like this is because he's building big on the other end. There's something big that he's building and developing that's going to really impress the hell out of everybody in 20 or 30 years. And I just think that's the way to think. The way to get ahead in this world is to think like an investor. If you think like an investor and you have the capacity to delay gratification, studies show that is a huge indicator in how successful you will be as a human being. If you only engage in instant gratification and you don't invest in your future, then guess what? If you don't invest in your future, you ain't gonna have no future, because things that you invest in pay off. Things you don't invest in get neglected and they die, just like a flower that doesn't get water. So if you don't invest in your future, guess what? You ain't got no future. You're throwing your future away. So congratulations to this brother. Keep investing, man. Keep being smart. Keep setting an example. And Morgan Stanley and all these investment firms that claim they're going to help athletes not go broke. I see that they hired guys like Antoine Walker, but they need to talk to this brother, because he's obviously got some kind of formula where not so much a matter of him being a financial advisor, but really one where he seems to just understand that life is bigger than trying to ball all the time, trying to impress people who don't even matter by buying things that you don't even need with money that you ain't even got half the time. That's the society that we have, and it's crazy to me. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. In case you're interested, we do have a wealth building program for children at blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. That's blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. I teach it myself. Parents seem to love it. Over 1,000 parents have signed up their kids for the Black Economic Revolution. Also, we're on tour right now at the drboycewatkinstour.com. You can find out. We're going to Chicago next, and then Houston, and then we're going to Baltimore and DC and Detroit and New York. So you can look at the drboycewatkinstour.com to find out when we're coming to a city near you. So take care, guys. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.